Welcome to Mo Health Media. This is the holiday edition. I am joined with our director of Missouri Healthy Schools, Laura Beckman. And Laura, you know what? It's been quite a year. Some would say that this has been one of the most unprecedented years in history and education. And I was wondering if maybe you could share just a few highlights to kind of what's the last 6 months been like for Missouri Healthy Schools.
You know, Guy, it has been, I think I feel grateful and I feel blessed. Those would be my top two words. And the reason why is I think that even though the pandemic has been something that we've all faced with barriers and issues, there has been some good that has come out of it. And the two things that I really think that have come out of it is the process in which individuals and organizations have come together and they have brought their expertise and support, knowing that we're all in this together.
Absolutely.
To support our Missouri school districts. And the second thing I would say is the willingness of so many people in the public health sector as well as in our school districts to share and listen to each other to solutions on how to face the issues and barriers that have surfaced. So to me, those are the top two things that I really am thankful for and have made this year a little bit more positive.
Absolutely. And I would agree with you so wholeheartedly. And for me, you know, if I were to say to pick two, I think the word for me is the resiliency. I think we've seen so many people, because of that bonding and coming together and locking arms, the resiliency of groups to work together. And one of the big ones, you know me with that analytics, has been the content that we've created. In other words, the engagement by teachers, whether you're in health or especially physical education, the Mo Health Ready resources, even some of the conferences that, like, for example, Brad Rummel, and Sally Schulte and Patrick Fine, you know, created resources for. Drew Burris is another person who's created all kinds of resources for PE. So the downloads into the thousands. And I think the other thing for me is also just in the last 3 months, the diversity of experts that we have now. It's no longer just about PE or nutrition. We are into mental health. We're into, you know, nurses. If you have issues with asthma, I mean, the list goes on. And to see Missouri Healthy Schools not only have this depth, but to have this width now of experts and the willingness for them to share their expertise and to create solutions. You talk about being grateful and thankful, you definitely got it. So yeah, it's been quite a year for Missouri Healthy Schools and certainly the profession. And with that, I thought, go ahead.
Well, and I would also like to credit that there's a lot of people out in the front lines, but there's also people behind the scenes. So there's a lot of work that is being done and brought to the table and support from people that care and know that we're all in this together. So when you don't often see some people that are just out there in the front, there's a lot of work being done behind the scenes that creates that support and helps people to get through this time, whether it be professionally or personally.
Absolutely. And there's been a lot of friendships that have been formed because of it. There's a lot of circles of people I've probably never run with before until now or till recently. And it's been so wonderful just getting to see all these people, whether you're a frontline or behind the scenes, but the willingness and the heart that people have to serve is truly, it's been remarkable to say the least. So with that, I'm certainly going to be talking to you soon again about the new year. But for now, let's turn it over a little bit to the personal side. And I was just wondering, do you have any family traditions for Christmas?
You know, we have a lot of family traditions, whether it come from certain things we have to have for food to eat to just different activities that we do throughout the night. So a couple of them might be, for one, we always, on whether it's my husband's side of the family or my side of the family, we do Secret Santa gifts for all of the adults. And that's always fun. and we have a certain limit that we spend, and then everybody gets to open their present. We do it in a big circle, and we make a big deal about who got what. And then the other part becomes a little bit more melancholy, where we have a sort of a Christmas letter that's written. One of our uncles actually has provided information from the elves that are lined up for this activity or this role that they play. And they have to provide information from each of the family members, adults, cousins, sons, you know, everyone. And it's a very large family. And then it's about a 6-page letter. And everywhere from the youngest, age 5, all the way up to the oldest, what were their successes or their biggest accomplishments they felt, and highlights of their year. And it's shared around for everyone to hear and acknowledge that person and give them that comfort of being supported and knowing that it's important. So that is one of the favorite traditions that we have, is acknowledging everybody's highlights.
That's really cool. I mean, especially when you have a big family, because it's really tough sometimes to keep up, obviously, with what everyone's doing. I know that's true of our family. And that's a great way to obviously to stay up to date, as well as celebrate a lot of success, especially, and again, in a year that's been very challenging for so many of us. So I can't wait to hear what's going to happen this year. You know me, I have an idea for you. You could stream it live, just saying. I'm just kidding. So for us, you know, one of the things that we look for in our family is we get together as a big family, and we love going to the Christmas Eve service. It's one of our favorite services of the year. And for kind of same kind of thing, we all get together. A lot of times afterwards, go out to dinner, and we get a chance to, you know, talk and actually share a lot of those same kind of things that you were talking about. And the other thing, I don't know why this is such a big deal, but I just love the fact that ever since my 15-year-old daughter Gia has been born, we read "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." And I think this year we're going to get her to do it now that she's 15. But it's just been
cool.
It's been kind of fun, you know. It's kind of cool.
That is so nice. Yeah.
So you know, I mean, and I just can't wait to hear what other people's traditions are. And speaking of food, by the way, you know what's going to happen on Tuesday? I'm going to be joined with our resident expert on nutrition, yes, the one and only Lisa Farmer, is she's going to be doing the holiday meal edition of the Mo Health Media. So I can't wait to see what she has to, you know, unpack for us on Tuesday, because I got to tell you, we actually listened to her on the Thanksgiving edition, and we used a couple of her stuffing recipes, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, she is fabulous. She has some great recipes to share, healthy recipes. I know I've learned a lot on the preparation, and she even makes everything look just so good and fancy. I mean, you want to eat it as well, and it's healthy. So yeah, she is definitely someone that everyone needs to listen to.
Yeah,
sure.
I can't wait. You know, I'm real excited. You know, every time we get on camera, I always make her laugh to something silly, but I'm always learning from her. So it's really cool because she brings so much just joy and excitement to what she does. She just has that passion, and I'm so grateful that she's part of our team. So anyways, that's going to happen Tuesday at noon, in case you're wondering. And so with that, what we'd like you guys to do as we wrap up, if you like this broadcast, you can hit the like button right here on YouTube. Also, please hit the subscribe button so when we put out more editions, you can be tuned in when we post this content. And then last but not least, if you'd like to put in any comments about your family traditions, we'd love to hear them from you. So please do that as well. So with that, for Laura Beckman, I'm Guy Danhoff. I want to thank you guys for watching the holiday edition of Mo Health Media. Thank you.